we have discussed in the last class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
we have discussed about Mansabdars,
Mansabdars and Jagirdars.
Jagirdars, yes.
And that
The revenue, okay, the revenue
Jagirs.
collected from the revenue assignments, and and also we have discussed about ZET, okay, ZET,
Jagirs.
no, Jaggers, okay. So children, Mansab means, what is the meaning of the term Mansab?
Position or rank.
Position or
Rank or a position. Okay, so a Mansabdar, who is a Mansabdar? A person
Person
A
who looks after
person
the
who
military
joins
revenue
Mughal service.
responsibility.
Yes, a person who joins the Mughal service, they were called as Mansabdars. The term Mansab, it means rank or a position. Okay, it is a grading system which fix the salary, the rank, and the military responsibility. Okay, military responsibilities, and this rank was determined by a numerical value. What is it being called? Z. Okay, it is called Z.
Z.
Higher the Z is, higher the rank, and higher the prestige, and higher the responsibilities. Okay, higher the military responsibilities. Then the Mansabdars, they received salary in the form of revenue assignments. It was called as Jaggers. Okay, Jaggers means like Iktas, the term used by the Mughals. That is Jaggers, and Jagir should be equal to the Mansabdar's salary. Okay, and but when it comes to Aurangzeb, what it happened?
Ma'am,
he had a lot of
Yes, during the
Mansabdar.
time of Akbar, he assessed the Jagir and the number of the Mansabdars, it was equal. Okay.
And there are more Mansabdas and less.
Yes, but when Aurangzeb, under the reign of Aurangzeb, the number of Mansabdars were very high, but Jagirs were limited. Okay, so they collected additional taxes or additional revenue from the people that caused some problem during the time of Aurangzeb. Right? These all points we have discussed, right? And also I have
Yes, ma'am.
sent the notes. Have you gone through that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very simple notes I have sent to you, children. Then the next is Zept. I have told you, children, about Zept. Don't be confused with
Ma'am, zamindars means
those who collected the taxes. Yes. Okay, children. The next is Zept and the Zamindars. Okay, so I have told you the Set and the Zept is there, so don't be confused with these two new terms. So these all are new terms to you. Set means a numerical value. Okay, the numerical value. See, children, the main source of income, we know that during that time, what was the main occupation? Can you imagine what was the main occupation of the people?
Farming.
Farming.
Agriculture. The most of the people are peasants, right? So the main source of income was the tax on the produce of the peasants. That means agriculture was the main occupation of the people, and the people are paying the taxes. Okay, and the people or the peasants are paying the taxes to the government. By using these taxes, the ruler is maintaining the country. Okay, so the peasants paid taxes through headman or local chieftain. What do you mean by headman or local chieftain? One prominent person in a locality.
Ma'am, the head.
Yes, one prominent person or one experienced or means position. Okay, one prominent person in a locality, that is he is known as the local chieftain. Okay, see, children, in Malayalam it
chief
one
of
person.
tribe
Okay.
or community.
Yes. Okay. So peasants were paying the taxes to the government. They paid taxes through the intermediaries. What do you mean by intermediaries? There is someone there to collect these taxes. See, children, now also we are paying the taxes to the government, right? But there is, means how we are paying the taxes to the government?
Tax on
Money.
buying cars and
Car.
Yes,
Bike.
yes, yes.
Buying
Bikes and all.
car and
There were
transportation.
see children now
Tax
there
on
is
house.
no there is no intermediaries. No, there is no one will come to collect these taxes from ours right now. At
yes,
present,
it
yeah.
should be.
Yes, we are paying while we were paying the taxes. That means if any car or any home rent, we used to pay to the officials or the offices, government offices, right? So there is no one to collect these taxes at present. But during that time, they were appointed some people. Okay, they were called as zamindars. Okay, so zamindars. Who were zamindars? Zamindars were the group of people, those who were collecting the taxes from the people. Okay, so under the Mughal rulers, zamindars were the people who collected taxes from the people. They will collect the taxes from the people and they will pass it over to the Mughal rulers or to the government. Okay, children, is it clear to you? Who were paying the taxes to the government? Who were paying the taxes? Peasants. Okay, the
Peasants.
peasants were paying the Vijin. Is it clear? The peasants were paying the taxes to the government because the main occupation of the people during that time was agriculture. Okay, so this agriculture, the peasants, they were paying the taxes to the government and they paid taxes through the local chieftain, okay, or the important persons. They were called as zamindars. Okay, they were called as zamindars. Okay, so who
And
were zamindars?
the peasants give their money.
Zamindars are the local
Local
chieftains or head.
chieftains who were collecting the taxes from the people. Okay, who were collecting the taxes from the people, the local chieftain or rural elites. Okay, I mean rural elite or means they were acting as the intermediaries. What? So the Samintas, they were the intermediaries between, they acted as the intermediaries between the people and the government. Okay, then under Akbar, I have told you he was the greatest Mughal emperor, and under Akbar, Todar Mal, see children, please note it down, his revenue minister, okay, his name was Todar Mal. He carried out a survey of crop yields and collected taxes accordingly. That means he carried out a survey. What do you mean by survey? We have discussed about survey during the previous chapter, I think. Okay, he carried out a survey
Yes,
of
ma'am.
carried out a survey of the yield and the price. Okay, so the taxes were fixed accordingly. Okay. Children, are you for who is the revenue minister of Akbar?
Todarmal.
Chodarmal. Okay, he was the revenue minister of Akbar. He carried out a survey. Okay, he carried out a survey of the crop yield, how much they were producing every year. Okay, and he have taken an account of its the value. Okay, value of their production, and tax was fixed. Okay, revenue was fixed according to the yield. Means how much they were producing or what all income they have, and he has fixed the revenue depending upon their total income. Okay, then means the peasants Mall, he was the revenue minister of Akbar. He carried out a survey of the crop yield, the total income or the total crops they have produced, and collected the taxes accordingly. According to their production or their income, the tax was collected from the peasants. Children, just go through the textbook, page number 52. Akbar's revenue minister, Todar Mal, carried out a careful survey of the crop yield, prices, and area cultivated for a 10 years period. Okay, he has calculated the amount, okay, calculated the production, the area, how much area they cultivated, and how much they had income. Okay, had income, and on the basis of this data, tax was fixed. Okay, on the basis of this data, tax was fixed on each crop in cash. Please underline that sentence, children. The tax was fixed in terms of cash. Not, we have seen that while we discussed about Delhi Sultan, we have seen that half of the production, Karaj. Okay, we have discussed about one type of tax, that was Karaj, that was given not in terms of cash. Okay, but that tax was means in the form of goods. That means half of the production they needed to pay it as taxes. Okay, here total mal. Let me discuss this point, children, because it is very important. Todar Mal, he was the revenue minister of Akbar. He carried out a survey of 10 years. Okay, of 10 years about the price, the area cultivated, okay, about the crop yield, everything he has taken consideration about all these things. And after considering all these matters, okay, he has fixed the taxes, and they needed to pay in terms of cash. Okay, the peasants, they needed to pay the tax in terms of cash. That was the most important point to be noted down in this one. Okay, so Akbar's revenue minister, who was the Akbar's revenue minister? Todar Mal. He carried out, okay, he carried out a survey. Okay, he carried out a survey regarding the price, the area cultivated, the income. Okay, everything he has taken into consideration. After considering all these details, he has fixed the tax. He has fixed the tax in terms of cash. That means the peasants, they needed to pay the taxes in cash. Okay, clear, children? And this is called, okay, this was called as Zapt. Okay, and each province was divided into revenue circles. Means each area was divided into separate revenue circles. And this system, okay, this system of tax introduced by Akbar, okay, it was called as Zabt, not Sat, it is Zabt. Okay, the revenue system introduced by Akbar. Okay, he carried out a survey of the land, the prices, the crop yield. After assessing all these details, he fixed a tax. Okay, and the peasant should pay the taxes in terms of cash. This system of the tax or the revenue system introduced by Akbar, it was called as Zapt. Okay, it was collected. This sept was, or the taxes was collected by the intermediaries. By using the intermediaries, the local chieftains or local headmen, rural elite, they were called as zamindars. Okay, they were called as zamindars. Okay, so we were talking about Zapt. Okay, so Todar Mal, he was the revenue minister of Akbar. Okay, he carried out a survey about the price, okay, about the prices, about the crops, about the area cultivated, and tax was fixed according to the income. Okay, accordingly, he fixed the taxes. And the zamindars, means the local chieftains or the headmen, they were acted as the intermediaries, or those these zamindars were the person to collect these taxes, and the areas were divided into revenue circles, and this system is called Zapt. Okay, this system is called the Zabt. Sometimes the zamindars and the peasants of the same caste allied in rebellion against the Mughal in the 17th century. That we will discuss, this point we will discuss on the last of this chapter. Okay, the decline of the Mughal emperor. That time we will discuss about this one. The next, we are going to study in detail about Akbar. I have told you he was, okay, he was the greatest Mughal emperor. He introduced many of his reforms and all, and Akbar Nama was a book written by Abul Fasil. Please note it down, children. Akbar ordered one of his close friend and his courtier, that was Abul Fasil, to write a history of his reign. Okay. And, the book he has written, the history of Akbar, it is Akbar Nama. Okay, it was called Akbar Nama, and it contained a 3-volume history of Akbar's reign. And the first volume, in the first volume, he deals with his ancestors. What do you mean by ancestors?
Babur and
Yes. Okay. His ancestors. Second volume, he recorded Akbar's events, means what all decisions or taken by Akbar. Okay, so in the second volume, he recorded Akbar's event. And the third volume, it is very important, children. It is known as Ain-e Akbari. The third volume, Ain-e Akbari, deals with Akbar's administration, his army, his geography of his empire, the revenue. Okay, every details regarding the Akbar's administration was given in the third volume. It is Ain-e Akbari. This is very important, children. Akbar Nama and Ain-e Akbari. Yes.
Again, show again.
This one? Yeah. Abul Fasil. Yes. Abul Fasil wrote a history, okay, of Akbar's reign titled Akbar Nama. See, children, Abul Fasil was one of the close friend of Akbar and his courtier. So Akbar asked Abul Fasil to write about a history about him, okay, about himself. And he has written Akbar Nama. We'll get all information regarding Akbar and his administration. The first volume, he explained, okay, in the first volume, it deals with Akbar's ancestors. And the second volume recorded the events, which all events were happened during the time of Akbar. And the third volume, Ain-e Akbari, deals with Akbar's administration, household army, the revenue, and the geography of his empire. This Ain-e Akbari, it is very important. This gives a detailed information about Akbar's administration, about his army, the revenue he has collected from the people, the geographical condition of his empire. Okay, all this information, it was given in this Ain-e Akbari. And it's rich statistical data about the crops, yield, prices, wages, and the revenues, all information. Okay, we are getting from Akbar Nama. Who was the author? Abul
Fazil.
Yes, Abul Fazil. Abul Fazil, he was the close relative of Akbar. He has written the history. Okay, it is Akbar Nama. And it contained a 3-volume book. And the first volume, it explains about Akbar's ancestors. The second volume, it recorded the events of Akbar's reign. Okay, what all events was happened during the time of Akbar. And the third volume, it is very important. It is Ain-e-Akbari. Okay, it is Ain-e-Akbari, deals with Akbar's administration, his army, the revenue he has collected, and the geography. And all the rich. Yes.
Ma'am attendance.
Mama attendance.
Okay. Children, so let me revise the points which we have discussed today. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
See, who were Samintas? Who were Samintas?
They
People appointed by
No, the peasant or the people appointed, okay, to collect the taxes. They were acted as the intermediaries to collect the taxes. They were headmans or local chieftains were there. They were collecting the taxes from the peasants. Okay, and they were termed as zamintas. Okay, the Mughals used the term zamintas. Okay, these were the zamintas were the people who collected the taxes from the peasants. And who was the revenue minister of Akbar?
Todarma.
Todarmal. Okay.
Todarmal.
And what he has done, you know, children, he has conducted a survey. Okay.
Ten
He
10 years.
carried out a survey of 10 years. He collected or he assessed the revenue, the prices, the area cultivated. And after assessing all these matters, he fixed the taxes. Okay, the taxes was fixed accordingly, and each area was divided into revenue circle. And this system is called as this system is called as Zapt. Okay, Zapt. And yes, then we have discussed about Akbar Nama, Abul Fazil. Okay, he was the
He
person.
wrote up Akbarnama.
He wrote down Akbar Nama, and it included a 3-volume. Okay, it was a 3-volume book. The first volume, it discussed about Akbar's ancestors.
Yes.
Okay, yes, about Akbar's ancestors, about Babur. Then Babur was followed by, do you forget everything? Humayun. Okay, Humayun. So about his ancestors. And the second volume, the events of, okay, what all events which was happened during the time of Akbar. And the third volume, very important, what was it called? Ain-e-Akbari. Okay, Ain-e-Akbari, which deals with Akbar's administration, army, revenue, and geography. Okay, and it also contained rich statistical data. Okay, statistical data about the crops, yields, prices, wages, and the revenues. Okay.